Good evening, Zagville. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2022. And Gonzaga basketball, the Zags ranked number 4. They're 11-2. You know that. The Pepperdine Waves in town. They are 6-9. Ladies and gentlemen, at last, we begin West Coast Conference play tonight. Welcome courtside for Gonzaga, Pepperdine. Greg Heister, Dan Dick, Richard Fox. Guys, it's like the start of a new season. The dawning of an era here tonight, isn't it?
It really does kind of feel like it's a second return from Christmas break. Unfortunately, this time it's after a COVID pause.
Yeah, and it is a new season, isn't it, Richard?
Yeah, well, you kind of break the season into 3 different parts: non-conference, conference, and then the postseason. It's been 10 days since the last game, but it feels like an eternity with all these stoppages around the country. Let's see what they did in non-conference. A great start to the year, 11-2. Gonzaga leads the country 52% from the field, and we started to see them knock down the three-point shot 2 of the last 3 games, over 40%. Now 4 players for GU shooting over 35% from behind the arc, starting to get that balance behind the perimeter, really providing some openings inside for Holmgren and Timmy, and then the rebounding. This is a team that has become a dominant team, 6th in the country in rebound margin, 11 a game. They get double digits in offensive rebounds, really make it difficult for teams on both ends of the floor dominate the glass. So, you know, everything moving in the right direction. You've got a lot of momentum to end the non-conference, and then now you've got this pause. You've got to restart in a lot of ways. It'll be interesting to see tonight how they do that.
Okay, Richard. Well, Dan, you seem like the perfect guy to talk about Jan Zidek of the Pepperdine Waves. What can we expect from this big-shouldered dude?
Well, there's lots of opportunities in Malibu for returning players as well as young players because of the loss of Colby Ross and Kessler Edwards. Jan Zidek, the son of George Zidek, who won a national title at UCLA when Lorenzo Romar was an assistant coach, has really improved from sophomore to junior season. 6 times in the last 6 games he's gone for double figures. Gonzaga is going to have to do a good job taking care of him.
Man, he's got a handle, huh? Got shoulders like an NFL tight end, too. Ladies and gentlemen, Gonzaga Pepperdine, West Coast Conference action. It's here. We get it rolling tonight live from the McCarthy Athletic Center. Starting lineups tip off when we come back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the frigid north, the Arctic, better known as Spokane, Washington. Chilly. What are we, early January? Great to see everyone again. We are ready. Number 4, Gonzaga and Pepperdine. West Coast Conference basketball starting lineup looks like this. It's interesting. Pepperdine, 3 players in that starting 5 that shoot the 3 over 42%. Mike Mitchell's at 35.7, and Jan Zidek shoots it at 30%. Of course, with the Zags, you got Strother and Nemhard, Roger Bolton, Drew Timmy, and Chet Holmgren. Starting line was brought to you by Numeric Credit Union. There is Lorenzo Romar. He's been at Pepperdine now for 6 seasons, which does not seem possible. So it's 6 seasons overall in his career, 2 prior and then 4 in this recent run with the Waves down in Malibu. Mark Few winning as head coach in D1, 83.4%. Record at Gonzaga, 640 wins, 127 losses. That means that when you play Gonzaga, you have a 16.6% chance of winning. That's it, a 16.6% chance of winning. Your math lesson brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino tonight. Also, your keys to the game brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino.
Well, I haven't brought this one out, I don't think, all year. It's about rebounding tonight. This is a Wave team that does a really good job on the offensive glass. 4 players average at least 1 offensive rebound. They will go and get it. Gonzaga's going to have to finish the defensive possession with the rebound here consistently tonight.
They also need to force turnovers and get the game up tempo. Pepperdine will turn it over. Their last 4 games, they've averaged 17.5 of those per game. So I look for Gonzaga to climb up into them defensively on the perimeter.
All right. Here we go. Chet Holmgren controlling that opening tip. Gonzaga basketball. We're underway at McCarthy Athletic Center. Game number 1 in 2022. Greg Heister, Dan Dick, Richard Fox, Drew Timmy. Zidek there defensively. Drew scores anyway.
Zidek tried to get out and hard hedge, and Nemhard, a nice job of creating contact coming off at the point of the screen, kind of bumped Zidek off balance, couldn't recover.
Here's Mitchell, his first look from 3.
Great throw ahead.
Strother, and he's fouled. A chance for three.
So quick
for Julian Strother.
So quick off that defensive rebound, and you see that this is when Nembhard's at his best. Just decisive with the ball. This is a simple play. I mean, an excellent delivery with the pass, but just kick it up ahead. Let Julian make the play on the ball. Tough finish through contact. You just can't take a breath against GU. Make or miss, you need to get back defensively.
You've seen a number of teams as Gonzaga gets an offensive rebound. Bolton not quite able to knock it down, but will send guys straight back and not go to the offensive glass.
There's Millette. Transition three for Pepperdine. Rims out. Holmgren clears the rebound. Back comes GU.
Yeah, two good looks for Pepperdine from behind the three-point line, but both quick into the possession.
Here's Timmy. Jump hook won't go. Rebound loose. Whistle. And a foul inside. And this will be called against Pepperdine's Houston Millette.
You see there why Julian Strother's second on this team with 6 rebounds a game. Shot goes up. He's going to try to get on that offensive glass. Second on the team with 23 offensive rebounds.
Nembhard with the defense. A bit too physical there. Nembhard picks up the first foul against GU. Mitchell ran out of space. Freshman from San Jose, California. Ian Millette. Millette, a freshman from Alameda.
This Pepperdine ball club has 3 really good freshmen. Outside of Gonzaga's talented freshmen, probably the next best group of young guys in the WCC.
And there's the turnover. Actually hit the official over there. Holmgren just picked it up. Turns it into a transition bucket as Nembhard throws it to the rim, and Holmgren running the floor. That's fantastic. Zedek. A lot of moves. Baseline jumper won't go. Strother the rebound. Outlet to Bolton. Raj into the paint to Drew Timme. He's got the size advantage. Kick to Strother. And now the Zags settled into the half court. Bolton with a great cut and the finish. Timme the assist. And Gonzaga off to a great start in game number 1 now on the West Coast Conference slate. It's 10-zip.
Well, we talked in our pregame meeting. We were all curious how they were going to come off after the pause. Well, that's about the best minute 51 I've seen this season. Ball's moving, defense is active.
Gonzaga coverage of the game brought to you by Primera. Primera, proud partner of the Zags. 4 assists on 5 field goals. There's the turnover. I'm not sure if that hit the official or somebody on the Zags bench.
It hit the official. Coach Few was saying you're out of bounds. The ball should be out, but from my quick glance at it, the official was in bounds, and if that's the case, it's a play on. But we get the continuation. Throw it to only where Chad Holmgren
and how quick has Nembhard been here to start this game, just getting the ball out. I feel 3 assists here to start the game. All of them have been excellent plays where he's been patient enough to let his guys get to where they need to be in perfect deliveries. To your point, Dan, this is as good a start as you could have hoped after the break.
Yeah.
Zags 5 of 7. Pepperdine now 0 for 3 to begin. Jade Smith hanging over Timme. Short on the shot. Timme the rebound. Outlet to Bolton. Zags running again. Andrew Nembhard. Back to Timme. Drew not ready. Here's Mitchell. Down the lane. That shot won't go by Smith. And it does on the putback.
Well, Fisher, a grad transfer from Illinois State, initially from the Los Angeles area, as Timme knocks down
and there's the stash. We haven't seen that in a while now.
We haven't.
Drew Timme's back.
That's one area he really wanted to improve upon or show improvement in the offseason. Gonzaga hasn't needed that from him up till now this year.
Skip into the corner. For 3 is Fisher. That rimmed out. Timme another rebound. Quick outlet to Nembhard. Here's Bolton. Explodes. Pass to Holmgren. Bit too hard, and now Pepperdine on the move. This is Millette. Dumps it to Mitchell. And Pepperdine now with a couple of buckets at 13-4.
This pace definitely favors Gonzaga. Pepperdine likes to play up and down, but they don't quite have the depth that Gonzaga does.
Drew Timme. 2 for 3 to start the game. Backing in on Zedek. And there's a foul called on Pepperdine.
Puts you in such a bind, does Timmy. He backs you down, and the defense has to figure out, do I fully commit to a double?
I mean,
they don't, and so you put Zidek on an island.
That's 5 dribbles. You can't let a guy like Timmy have 5 dribbles to figure out what he wants to do. He's either going to get fouled or score. You know, for right there for Pepperdine, looks like you're a bit in no man's land defensively. Either you're going to double down hard at some point, 1-2 dribbles, or you're going to stay home on the perimeter.
Timmy again.
Yeah, just constant backing him down.
Moving inside, this time on Carson Basham.
That's not going to work.
No, it looks like the game plan is we're going to play Timmy solo on the low block and hope that he's not able to get to his spot. Hasn't worked yet.
Lewis for 3. Used all the rim, but it's through, and it's 15-7.
Lewis is that third freshman I mentioned for Pepperdine that's really interesting as Strother knocks down a 3. Lewis from Las Vegas, 27 points in their last game. He didn't play his senior year of high school. He was preparing for the NBA draft. He decided not to go that route. He had to sit his first 6 games due to NCAA trying to finally clear him. He's been really good for Pepperdine since he's been eligible.
And Bolton took it away. And now he's fouled, and Raj will go to the free throw line. When we come back, 15:37 to play in the first half of the McCarthy Athletic Center. Drew Timme doing what the great Drew Timme does. Score buckets. Zags up 18-7. And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. Gonzaga off to a good start, hitting 8 of their first 10 shots. Here's the West Coast Conference Coaches Poll. Gonzaga with 9 first-place votes picked to finish first. And then there's BYU, St. Mary's, LMU, San Francisco, Santa Clara, Pepperdine, number 7. Dan, you think this is the best that the West Coast Conference has ever been?
It's very good. I talked to Lorenzo Romar this morning on the phone, and he's from the West Coast. He coached in the league. He was an assistant at UCLA. He was the head coach at Washington. He knows this league extremely well, and he said the depth in this league is the best he's ever seen, and I agree with him. 4 teams right now are in the Ken Pom top 32. I can't remember a single time that has been the case.
And in fairness, and I'm not coming back at what you're saying, I'm just saying in fairness, coaches say that every year about the West Coast Conference. This is the best it's ever been, and the
numbers
deepest
are supporting.
I understand the numbers, but we'll find out here before it's over. Richard, do you think this is the best it's ever been?
You know, I don't look at it that way, buddy. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Well,
I think the top end of the league with what USF is, USF's clearly at a different level this year. When you couple that with what we expect from BYU, St. Mary's, and Gonzaga, I think the top end is awfully strong. We'll see throughout the course of the year. We're going to get a lot of these games, how the bottom half of the league, to see where that improvement is.
You don't look at it that way. Here's what the standings look like right now. San Francisco, of course, 14-2.
I'm a live in the moment kind of guy.
Oh, that's
how
what it is.
How is this year going to be? I'm not always
wondering.
looking back, trying to compare. I mean, let's move forward, guys. Okay.
Dan, I give you credit. Then you're willing to go out on a limb. Where obviously Richard's more.
Yeah,
more
and I am willing to go out on a limb right now. I think this WCC
that is the perfect
league is very good.
He is the trunk. You're the brain.
Yeah, of this threesome, I am the trunk that grounds us. I'll let you guys go out on those limbs all you want.
Jeez. Well, it's a big trunk, that's for sure.
Yeah, thank goodness I'm sturdy.
And Chet Holmgren with the run, the two-handed flush. Chet Holmgren with some defense at the top. Whoa. Wow. And foul called on Carson Basham as well. So a chance for 3 for the big man.
Let's take a minute here. How tall is he again? I mean, the fluidity, the ability to get out and finish through some contact, and you just see what he can do in the open court.
Wow. Off-legged. He is a righty, and usually you're taught jump off your left leg. Your elbow is connected to your right knee on a string. He took off with his right leg and finished it with a 2-hand dunk.
And Chet with the free throw, now with 5 points to begin the game. Gonzaga up 22-7. Here's another opportunity. Pepperdine remains with the blast basketball. Smith got it across. Timme the steal. Hunter Salas the run out. The two-handed flush.
Salas earns minutes by the defensive energy he brings at the top of that three-quarter court zone.
And how Holmgren with the block shot, and his head is up. Raj Bolton fakes the three, drives the lane, back to Chet, thought about the three. May have gotten away with an extended left hand there. Here's Drew Timme on the post. Boy, look at the size advantage. Double team comes, poked out of bounds. Maybe a bucket saving play there by Keith Fisher. Zags defense impressive to start, gentlemen.
I mean, they've been active. In the half court, they've been locked in, and then you bring in the next wave. Hunter Salas, the top of that press. Active. Great start.
Zags started with a 10-0 run early. Now they're on a 9-0 run. Lead at 24-7. Off the bench, Nolan Hickman missing. Anton Watson, the offensive rebound. Another chance for Gonzaga. Timme, Watson, great catch. Defense inside by number 12, Kendall Munson. And a chance for Pepperdine to trim this Zag lead. Munson. Mitchell, shot was blocked by Timme. Zags defense stifling to begin against Pepperdine.
How quick they're getting up the floor.
Yeah,
quick decisions.
The conversion from one end to the other.
Timme.
We've seen all that face-up game here tonight. First, the three-point shot at the top of the key there, the patience. You don't always have to attack with your back to the basket. If he gets that jump shot, he's now going to have a whole new repertoire because he can use that ball fake and put the ball on the floor and get to the rim.
Dottie Smith, great feed. Munson can't finish. Defense was there. And it is a foul on Gonzaga, I believe. And it goes against Drew Timme. That's number 1 on Drew. So Drew checks out with 9 points, and it gets Chet Holmgren back into the game. Off the inbound, after the Zags defense was ready. Corner three goes. 26-10. Here's Hickman. Under Salas.
Gotta come off that pick and roll a little bit more. Picked up the dribble at the point of the screen. Zedek wasn't forced to guard him.
Here's Hunter. Driving the baseline, shot off the glass. Count the bucket. Chance for three, Hunter Salas.
Well, decisive here on the drive. He delivers the contact. So often you see guys, when they attack the basket, it's the defense that initiates that contact, gets him off balance. Great job there from Salas, using his strength to get into the defender and draw the contact on his own terms.
Missed it. Watson, though, earns the rebound. Gonzaga up by 18. They've got the basketball. Hickman, offensive foul called on Nolan. Now, was that the first practice back for Gonzaga this week, coming off their pause? And it was really physical, really energetic. I, for one, not surprised about what I'm seeing here to begin this game, because this is the way that practice felt. It was highly energized and physical. And in practice, they were going at each other. Here's Mitchell. Here's Zedek. Anton Watson with his chest up, jump hook off. Holmgren, another rebound.
Watson's so good at that, is forcing the guy to shoot over his body. A really good positional defender.
Roger Bolton tripped. And he's fine, but foul called on Jawdee Smith, the redshirt senior from Oakland, California.
You know, Richard, you talked about the positional defense. Gonzaga's bigs over the last few years have been taught that in practice to contest straight up and down.
Right.
Killian Tilly may have been the best at it that I remember in recent memory.
Watson with a great catch, and he's stripped and fouled by Keith Fisher.
Speaking of Killian, he got a start today for Memphis.
And a 2-year deal.
Two-year deal. He's playing great.
Couldn't be happy for the kid. With all the injuries he dealt with here. So you always saw when he was healthy, he was a great player, but just really struggled with those injuries. And then his senior year, obviously with the pandemic, unable to play in the tournament. Happy to see him have some success.
That was the 7th foul on Pepperdine, so Gonzaga into the bonus, and Watson with his first point of the game. Anton with 3 rebounds off the bench. 2 points, 3 rebounds. Gonzaga up by 20.
He's been playing well. Last 4 games, almost 12 points a game, a double-double in the game against North Alabama.
Great play again by Watson. Holmgren with it. Nolan Hickman, transition 3.
Top, we talked about guys shooting over 35%. Hickman's one of those at 36.
Great job to get through the double team. Fisher into the paint, right into Holmgren, charge called.
And what that press does, it just, if nothing else, it speeds you up offensively. We've seen that here for Pepperdine, is even when they break it, they're sped up. I mean, there's no reason here to drive, to attack Holmgren there. You beat the press, slow it down, and try to get into some offense, but they've got you sped up thinking too fast, and they've been able to turn Pepperdine over, force tough shots.
And Chet Holmgren, to me, is the example of don't judge the book by the cover. Right, he just took that charge to the chest and got up like a champ.
Well, yeah, he may be frail, but he is tough. I mean, he will mix it up despite the lack of size.
And there's a great finish in transition. Kendall Munson, sophomore from Seattle. 33-12. Pepperdine, as Bolton lines up another 3, that one's long, and the rebound to Pepperdine. Pepperdine won the 26 of the first 31 meetings between these two schools. And Gonzaga now has won 41 consecutive games with Pepperdine. It's the tale of 2 tapes.
Pepperdine had some of the greatest players in WCC history as Max Lewis knocks down that 3. Doug Christie, Dennis Johnson. You're right, Gonzaga's dominated this series over the last 20 years or so now.
Corner 3. Chet Holmgren doing it all for Gonzaga tonight.
And there should be no hesitation for Chet on the 3-point line. If his feet are set and he's got space, he's got to shoot the ball.
It can't be blocked.
That's the thing. Even if the guy's somewhat in his space, his release is so high, it's really difficult to bother that shot.
Hickman got it back. Nope. The official says he hit that end line. Pepperdine basketball when we come back. Gonzaga off to a tremendous start, leading at 36-14. Zag's defense coming to play tonight at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Transition offense. Hickman, the 3 ball, and Holmgren as well. Gonzaga up big. And welcome back. Time for our Arby's fan trivia question, brought to you by Arby's, your delicious neighborhood meat crafter. Stop by Arby's today. Arby's, we have the meats. How many seasons has Gonzaga been in the West Coast Conference? 16, 51, 33, or 27? Text your answer to 27297. We'll have the answer for you in a moment. But to replay those numbers, Pepperdine won 26 of the first 31 meetings. The overall series is led now by Gonzaga 61-31, and they have won 41 consecutive.
Should have been 42.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I was a part of that loss.
Yeah. Thanks, Dan.
Hard.
Thanks a lot, Dan.
I remember that game clearly. It was a Friday night in Southern California. The sun was setting over Firestone Fieldhouse in Malibu.
There.
And we turned the ball over time and time again against that vaunted press that Paul Westphal used to put on.
Maybe if you hadn't been thinking about the sunset, you guys would have turned.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And then a night later, you hit 9 threes in the first half against Loyola Marymount.
You know, that was the, yes.
You got to follow the story up with that. You did rebound well.
Maybe you
Not the basketball, but effort-wise.
Maybe you do like to give me some credit here and there, Greg. I appreciate that.
I love it. You're my
But that was the thing about the WCC back then is you played back-to-back nights, Friday and a Saturday, so we didn't have a lot of time to sit back and think about it. I remember we had a film session and a walkthrough, and we got ripped, a new one, because we did not handle pressure at all, and we couldn't wait to get out there and play the next day.
I hope you're handling it better today.
Not very well by the sound of it.
Progress, not perfection, Dan. C-Deck still scoreless for Pepperdine.
Pepperdine's had a few of those from 3 right there inside where good looks, but the ball just hasn't fallen.
Drew Timme, not a good pass there taken away. And a flush at the other end by Victor Obi-Oha.
It's actually Maxwell Lewis.
Yes, it is Maxwell Lewis.
He's been
24,
great so far.
not 34. My mistake. Here's Hickman for three. That's off. And the rebound was earned by Munson. Watson took it away. Salas. Hunter a chance for three more.
The delivery from Hickman. I mean, first off, credit Watson with just kind of keeping his nose in the play. Gets the turnover. Here, just the patience from Hickman. Nice bounce pass. And again, we see the strength from Salas able to finish with contact.
Hunter now 6 points, 3 of 3 in 6 minutes. And he gets the roll on the free throw. Hunter Salas now with 7 points. Zags turning Pepperdine over, but then turning the turnovers into points. Zedek again now 0 for 4 to start this game for the Waves. Strother transition free. And a whistle. And a foul called on GU.
Watson inside with the hold.
But you're okay with that foul because of how active he's been up till now, creating extra opportunities.
And another whistle. And another foul coming against Gonzaga.
Who's this on?
It's on Drew Timme. That's number 2. Holmgren coming back in. And Drew in dismay as he strolls to the bench.
Look at the ball pressure Salas can put on Lewis, and he draws the offensive foul.
Wow.
But Lewis should have been called before he extended that left hand on the push, so they get him. Salas with the defense.
We've been talking about this from the start of the year. How advanced
right there. That's a foul.
Salas is defensively. He's got good feet, great instincts, and his effort level's there every night.
He's the type of guy that should frustrate anybody he plays against because he's up and his hands are very active. You can't get around him because he's so doggone quick and fast. Zedek got Holmgren in the air. Free won't go. Polk from the elbow. Yeah, I'm sorry, that was Mitchell. Here's Holmgren. Julian Strother. Nemhard looking for another assist. That's out of play. Gonzaga ball 13 on the shot clock.
That's the difference, though, in a point guard like Nemhart and Salas, who's still learning how to attack a pick and roll. Salas picked it up at the point of the screen with Zedek hedging. That time, Nemhart understands that Zedek turns the corner on him, gets fouled. Or not fouled, but at least puts him in a pressure situation where he can't contain him.
That foul called on Jan Zedek. That's his second. And Chet Holmgren now at the free throw line, where he's 1 for 1 today, 8 points, 4 rebounds. Zedek out of the game. And Carson Basham, 6'10", 240-pound freshman, back in there. Holmgren hits them both. Students still not back. It's not as robust in here as it normally is it?
You're still bringing the energy and the excitement
every night.
How could I not? Lewis off on the 3. Watson. Nemhard. Oh, and again, he may have gotten away with extending that off arm. Lewis takes it away for Pepperdine. And he just carried. I don't know if I've seen a carry called this side of January 1 in my years around college hoops. I don't know. 7:52 to play first half. And welcome back. Here's your Arby's trivia answer. It is 33 seasons. There it is. How many seasons has Gonzaga been in the West Coast Conference? 33 seasons now. Guys, you guys talked about how good Pepperdine is on the offensive glass. Just 3 offensive rebounds so far on 15 missed field goals. And Gonzaga's created 8 turnovers since the 1607 mark.
Gonzaga 10 assists on 15 made field goals. You know, outside of a handful of turnovers, Gonzaga's been pretty efficient. They've gotten what they've wanted on the offensive side of the ball.
Nembhard. Here's Nolan Hickman. To the post. Anton Watson tied up by Basham. And it's Pepperdine basketball.
They call the foul here on Holmgren, I believe, on a loose ball.
They did call a foul on Chet Holmgren. And that's number 1 on Chet, number 7 on Gonzaga. So at the free throw line, Darryl Pope Jr., senior from Long Beach. That's in California.
They've got a tremendous high school program, Long Beach Poly. They've got a freshman at UCLA who was a McDonald's All-American a year ago from that high school. They continuously put out high-level players year after year.
Thanks, Dan. Here's Nembhard.
Did my research, Greg.
Nolan Hickman. Hickman. Watson. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Chet. He'll fire the 3. That's off the front of the rim. And the rebound by Millette. Millette with it again. Here's Mitchell. Bounce into the corner. Munson picks it up. He'll drive. He lost the grip. Came right to Mitchell. And now the collision inside and a foul called, and this will be against Mike Mitchell.
Watson on the weak side. Mitchell tries to get by Holmgren, but Watson's there waiting, gets outside that restricted area, takes the charge.
Mitchell leads Pepperdine in assists as a freshman. He's got a ton of potential. If there's one thing he's got to continue to shore up is his ability to play under control. He turns it over quite a bit. Nice pass.
Watson. Anton was calling for it.
But just the delivery through all those hands on the money to Watson.
5 assists now for Andrew Nembhard.
This is good patience.
It's a good angle here. I mean, just right over the top of Mitchell. Defender never sees it coming.
Zags with 44 points now, 6:40 to play in the first half.
Second most efficient offense in the country right now behind Purdue. I'm pretty sure they're going to get a bump if they keep this pace up the rest of the night.
Millette, he'll shoot it. Strother right there with a hand in his face. Bolton the long rebound, and now Andrew Nembhard. Anton Watson. Watson tried to get it to Holmgren. Loose ball. Anton, great move. Got Basham in the air.
Well, he's got to go up with the first one. He tried to get a little cute and drop it off to Holmgren. He got to the weak side of the rim. Able to clean it up after the loose ball.
Watson was 7. Millette. Tripped, foul called against GU. And that'll go against Anton Watson. And that's number 3 on Anton. Actually, just number 2. Just a second. So Watson out. Threw Timmy back on the floor for Gonzaga. Timmy and Watson each with 2 personal fouls. And at the free throw line, Houston Millette. Millette's first point of the game. He's also got a rebound and 1 assist in 8 minutes of action.
He has a green light from beyond the three-point line as a freshman. 33 made threes halfway through his freshman year. He's on his way to probably breaking the Pepperdine three-point freshman mark, which is a 66.
Pepperdine 2 of 9 from behind the three-point line tonight. Drew Timme. Again,
are you going to double or not?
And he spins. Munson there with a hand on the shot. Polk to Munson. Zedek into the corner. Millette buries the three. Foul by Chet Holmgren. Now a chance for a 4-point play. Let's see the caliber of contact here.
It's more, Millette lands. That's where the contact is on the lower half. You know, you credit Holmgren. That's a heck of a rotation. Guarding in the post and then getting out to try to challenge the shot just a little bit late.
Millette at the line. 3-point play. He's got 6. 46-26. Here's Drew Timme again, the clear out, and goes to work with the dribble. Left hand this time. Trying to scoop it, and he's fouled inside by Kendall Munson. 6'7", 220. That is a big dude inside for Pepperdine.
Timme puts so much foul pressure on you. You put in a position, we've talked about it multiple times now. Do I go on the double or not? He kind of has such a good timing for when to go. Obviously, he gets to the free throw line. He's 8th in the country as far as drawing fouls.
Well, we talk about it with perimeter players. Change of speed, kind of shifting up and down. He does the same thing on his low block catches. You know, we've seen it tonight, really methodical with the dribble, but other times he'll go right away on the catch. And that makes it difficult. He's just backing it down methodically. All of a sudden he's gone. He'll go into his move, and it's just a very difficult ask of anybody.
Timme with 11 now. Chet Holmgren next with 10. As we near the 5-minute mark here in the first half. Here's Polk. Quick shot from Mitchell. Long rebound. Millette in and out. Cleared by Strother. Here's Nembhard. Andrew always with that head up. Bolton to the post. Anton Watson quickly drives his way in, and for the 7th time in the game, an and-one opportunity for Gonzaga.
So immediately on the catch, he gets into his move, and you see the strength. He just barrels in and gets Munson on his heels. I mean, right there, and he goes right up through that contact.
It's not a little dude he just did that against either. 6'7", 220.
You know, that's so impressive. You said it's the 7th and one opportunity. Yeah. You do a great job of taking notes from our statistician Brock. He makes you look great.
God, doesn't he? Jeez. Yes, and you know what's crazy, Dan? I constantly give him credit for that information. You don't. Here's Millette into the paint. I think Brock will back that up if we can get him a microphone. And there is the turnaround inside by Millette. And he's now got 8. You're only as good as the statistician allows. As Bolton missed the little runner into the corner. Mitchell got Nembhard in the air. This from 15, that's off. Timme the rebound. Dan just got me all fired up. Here's Nembhard. And Andrew called for the charge as Houston Millette was right there to take it in the chest. 3:59 to play in the first half. Gonzaga leading at 51-28. Tonight's floss of the game brought to you by Delta Dental. We're on a mission to help make Washington State 100% cavity-free. To learn more, visit cavityfreewa.com. Brought to you by Delta Dental of Washington, proud supporters of Healthy Smiles and your Gonzaga Bulldogs. And as I've learned this year, that is what we call the floss. Thank goodness for this sponsorship, because I would not have known what the floss dance looked like, but now I do. There's Anton Watson.
Do you stay up with pop culture, Greg?
Are you asking if I watch MTV still?
No,
I don't, Dan. But
I'm not sure. I don't think people watch MTV anymore.
that shows
there you go.
That's all you need to know.
3:50 to play first half. It's a love fest courtside tonight.
What is it about this break? It feels like it's been a month.
We lost all our rhythm.
Here's Millett into the corner. Zedek trying to drive, bounce it, and the flush by Kendall Munson. There's some IQ on that possession.
Zedek has struggled shooting it tonight. 0 of 5. That time, a nice drop off.
Hickman. Watson. Against Zedek. Anton now. Spins to the baseline. Left it short. Trying to rip it back. Timmy runs it down.
It's been interesting tonight. We don't see this all that often. I mean, Pepperdine just leaving the primary defender on an island.
And again, Timmy, they leave him this time. The scoop won't go. And Munson cleared it.
Great move. Timmy would love to have that one back. There's such quickness on that spin to the baseline.
Millett, who's been hot lately offensively for Pepperdine. Now with 8 points in the game. Zedek driving on Timmy. Threw his shoulder and Timmy threw the ball back. And it rolled out of bounds off of Pepperdine Gonzaga basketball. So Drew Timmy with some defense.
Second on the team now. 11 blocks after that one. Good job just absorbing that contact, keeping his hands up and getting the block.
And Zedek now 0 for 6. Here's Bolton right down the lane. Circus shot up and goes. I'm not sure that touched the glass. And Roger Bolton with a highlight in this first half. He's got 5. Mitchell. That was off. Strother the rebound. Here's Bolton again. Explosion to the rim. He's fouled this time. And Bolton will shoot free throws. And a look at what Bolton just did a moment ago.
Tremendous finish. Kind of a ghost screen there by Timmy. Gets out of the way. And then
that clipped the
scoop
glass?
shot. I think it clipped off the glass. But Bolton's at the line. How quick that advance was up the floor. Bolton was able to catch the defender backpedaling. Anytime you can catch the defender backpedaling, go right at their hips, create some contact. More times than not, you'll get the call, get yourself to the free throw line.
Drew Timmy to the bench. Ben Gregg in.
Every time I would drive in the hoop, I was thinking about that. You know, what's the defender's hips doing?
Did they let you dribble? They didn't let you dribble.
Breaking, in case of emergency once.
Roger Bolton now with 7 points. And there it is, Zedek's first field goal. He's 1 of 7 in the game.
Such a different player than his dad, George, who played at UCLA. I remember George having that sweeping sky hook to the middle.
Hickman, used all the rim. Soft touch. 58-33.
The reigning WCC Player of the Week is Nolan Hickman. Excuse me, Freshman of the Week.
Yeah, Brock must have got that one wrong. Foul called there.
No, I misread and misremembered.
Oh, that one was on you.
Yes, okay. That was on me.
Right. Houston Millett is impressive looking freshman at 6'5", 185.
This whole freshman class, Dan, you talked about it at the open. I mean, maybe the most talented group in the WCC outside of what Gonzaga's got this year. I mean, they can all play good length, and they, despite the struggles here to knock down shots, these guys have been comfortable for the most part here in the first half.
Millett now with 10. He leads Pepperdine.
It's also great recognition by those 3 to come to Pepperdine, knowing Colby Ross, Edwards are gone. There's going to be opportunities, and they're making the most of them.
Zags work it around. 3 is off by Strother. Ben Gregg keeps it alive. Digs it out, got it to Hickman. Here's Bolton, corner 3 is good. Credit Ben Gregg.
That's how you earn extra minutes and get into the rotation earlier. Exactly what Gregg did there.
Largest first half of the season now for Gonzaga, as again Millett from that corner, another 3. He's got 13, 61, 38, but the Zags put up 56 against Central Michigan. 61, their largest first half of the season. Watson off the glass through Munson. Anton Watson now with a dozen. And that's all of late. Watson in 14 minutes has scored 12 points. Since the 12:31 mark.
Oh, what a pass.
Corner three.
Yeah, you are right.
Mike
Jeez.
Mitchell. Strother at the horn. A little too hard. 63-41 the score at the half. Gonzaga 57.9% from the floor. Pepperdine 40%, 14 of 35. You guys got a range of thoughts here?
Well, they've done a great job of forcing turnovers, 10 Pepperdine turnovers, but I'm pretty sure the message is going to be we've got to be better guarding the basketball. Pepperdine shooting 40% from the field. That's not quite up to Gonzaga's standards throughout the course of the season.
I think all in all, solid first half. I love what the bench did for GU here in the first half.
Zags led by Anton Watson, 12, Bolton with 10, Holmgren with 10, Drew Timme with 11. The Waves, though, the last 4:21 of the first, scored 15 points. 63-41, our score at the half. Halftime when we come back. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. Boy, it's just nice to have West Coast Conference basketball back, isn't it? All right, Greg Heister, Dan Dickow, Richard Fox. Zags really good all the way around, so we're going to begin by talking about bench play. The Zags that came in were fantastic, led by Anton Watson.
Yeah, it seemed as if everybody came to play. They were very productive, but you mentioned the bench scoring. Nolan Hickman, the reigning WCC Freshman of the Week, continues his strong play, knocked down 2 3-pointers in that first half. Hunter Salas, when he gets going on the offensive end, I think he's going to become a fan favorite. Defensively, he's been as good as any guard on the perimeter that I can remember. And Anton Watson, I mean, we're starting to see this on the consistent basis. Anton Watson already 12 points. That makes 5 games in a row now in double figures.
Yeah, it's a deep team, Richard. We knew that coming in, right? But the depth was young.
Right.
And we're watching them mature, and that's what we're seeing now.
Yeah, but not just the fact that the depth was young with Salas and Hickman in particular, but with Watson, you know, what was he going to be this year? Kind of an up and down start to his career the first couple of years with some injuries. It's, you know, he's been as solid as we could have expected and consistent the last month of the year. And you talked about what he's done scoring the ball. So I think you're thrilled about what you have coming off the bench now. But you've got plenty starting the game. I think Strother, Timme, and Holmgren are 10 of 12 from the field on their own. So you've been very efficient here in the first half offensively.
Okay, thanks, Richard. And of course, Zags with 4 players. Come on, 4 players in double digits in that first half. Their largest output in the first half the entire season at 63 points. We got more when we come back. The Gonzaga Halftime Report is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino. Join us at Coeur d'Alene Casino for a mouth-watering steak dinner, hat-ring spa treatment, or the hottest games around. Coeur d'Alene Casino, a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. Coeur d'Alene Casino, welcome home. And welcome back to the campus of Gonzaga University. A beautiful winter scene out there. Big first half for number 4 Gonzaga, putting up 63 points against the Pepperdine Waves. Greg Heister, Dan Dickow, and Richard Fox. Drew Timme, man, oh man, is he good, right? We knew that coming in, and again, he just got anything he wanted in that first half.
Yeah, well, if you're not going to set a double, he's going to start cooking. Yeah. He's going to work. You know, I'll try to keep this brief for you, Greg, but look, it's not just the scoring we've seen tonight, the nice block shot, and you just see his skill level in plays like this. A quick decision in transition, but look, if you're not going to send any help, he can take his time. You see there, just methodical inside, gets that right-handed jump hook, he rolls, and here the patience, make sure the defense isn't going to bother a shot, and here he knocks down his 3rd 3 of the night. He also had a face-up jump shot on the right block in that first half as well. So you saw a bit of everything that Drew Timme can do in the first 20 minutes.
And here are the first half stats brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Pepperdine perfect from the line. They started hitting the 3 though, Dan, by the end of that first half. Gonzaga, though, just good all the way around.
Yeah, I think Pepperdine, they're a team that's built on the ability to score it. You saw that a little bit towards the end of the first half, but where they've really struggled, not just only tonight, but throughout the course of the year, is turnovers. And Gonzaga, you saw with their defensive intensity to start the game, they were going to climb up into Pepperdine. They did that. They created some issues.
And Mark Few always talks, guys, about 40 minutes, right? You got to finish. And so that's got to be the message at halftime right now, right? I mean, the game's really not, although I get it, it's modern day college hoops, nothing is a given. But you put up 63 points, you're probably not going to lose, but you got to play another good 20.
Yeah, and that's we've seen that come and go a little bit in the non-conference. We've seen a few games where they put together a full 40 minutes, and then we've seen some games where they've got a big lead and it starts to kind of fall off. So I agree. I think it's going to be about, we've got to be consistent, not just tonight, but throughout the entire conference schedule.
Zags had that defense rolling early. Block shots, run outs, offense at the other end. 63-41. We're at the half in Spokane. And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. We're courtside. We're getting ready for the start of the second half between Gonzaga and Pepperdine. The Zags rank number 4 in the nation, and they lead at 63-41. Houston Millette, Mike Mitchell each led Pepperdine. Millette with 13 points, Mitchell with 10. Anton Watson at 12, Timmy with 11. Bolton and Holmgren each with 10. And we'll get her going. Second half straight ahead, live from Spokane. And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. We're ready for the start of the second half. How many seasons has Gonzaga been in the West Coast Conference? Maybe some of you out there did the math. Joined the conference, I'm told, in 1979. The correct answer was actually 43. We were seeing if Dan had actually done his research, and he was, but honestly, we just wanted to make that correction. It's 43 years, not 33. Okay, here we go.
Possession 1 of the second half. You come after me?
Hey, no, I'm just trying to fit in around here. Here's Zedek fouled from behind by Holmgren. Jet with his 3rd personal foul. Greg Heister, Dandy Dan Dickow, and Richard Fox. Good night to be alive, isn't it? Gonzaga basketball back in action.
It's a great night. Start of 2022. Couple former Zags celebrating birthdays, right, Richard?
That's right. Zach Gord, 42. Tony Skinner, 40.
That's not possible.
Joining the 40 club.
You must be 50 then. Like, that's not possible. Are they really in their 40s?
What it shows you is just how good this program has been for so
how
long.
Right, yeah.
No, what it really shows you is how fast time is going.
That too.
Yeah. There's Nembhard.
What a pass.
Timmy.
Wow, and the seal as well from Timmy. Hold his ground, not let Smith get around. Those two have a real connection in that pick and roll.
Timmy with 13, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. And Strother in the passing lane. The run out. Missed it. Bolton. The finish.
Yeah, but the little thing there by Bolton. Not giving up on the play, expecting Strother to finish the layup.
Don't assume the make their transition.
Smith hangs, left it short. Zedek poked it up in the air, and Nembhard with it. Andrew, stop and go, drop to Timmy, finish.
I tell you what, right now Andrew Nembhard is performing a passing clinic.
Yep.
The timing that he's delivering the ball, the lookaways, it's beautiful how he's orchestrating things tonight.
Here's Mitchell. Timmy fronting the post. They wanted to go inside to Zedek, but it wasn't there. Holmgren another block. Grabbed by Strother. Zags defense begin the second half like it began the first half. Nembhard transition 3. Andrew buries it. Nembhard's first field goal.
He set the table for everybody else. I want to get a chance at some point.
And Mitchell with the travel turned it over. And now the largest lead for Gonzaga, 72-42. Timeout called by Pepperdine, as Lorenzo Romar wants to reset the second half. Zags now up by 30, the largest lead they've had. Nembhard transition 3. Andrew, what a player. 72-42 our score. Number 4 Gonzaga now up by 30 on Pepperdine, and it is the topsy-turvy world of men's collegiate basketball. AP top 10 currently looks like this, but it's changing. Duke just lost to Miami, so Gonzaga moving on up. Baylor will remain at number 1. Purdue should be there. Gonzaga, Kansas also lost to Texas Tech, gentlemen. Now,
Purdue was in a close one today, too. They pulled it out, but it was a tight one.
Again, we're getting conflicting information. Gonzaga joined the West Coast Conference in 88-89, so they've been in the conference for 33 years. The West Coast Athletic Conference they began in 1979 and 80. So they're, please, yes, it was right the first time.
Is it okay if I don't care anymore?
Well, we're into facts, Richard. Strother clears the miss by Fisher. Here's Nembhard. Step back. This a 2. Timmy up high for the rebound. Oh! Try to reverse it in. Zedek clears the miss. And now Mitchell. Fisher from the top. Too long on the 3. Andrew Nembhard, 7 assists in this game, looking for his second field goal. Left hand up. Timmy, no, that's Holmgren in there. Put back goes.
Nembhard's looking at the official. Can I get a whistle?
I'm not sure Holmgren even jumped on that tip back, did he?
That needed to.
Yeah. Holmgren now with a dozen. Timmy leading Gonzaga with 15. Millette, Holmgren, he's not going to shoot it over Chet, is he? Smith on the drive, left it for Julian Strother. Gonzaga on an 11-0 run.
It's about as good as Gonzaga's been in a while with that help side defense. As Strother just cruises to the rim. But even when you beat the primary defender for GU, there's somebody in position, either at the rim or on some of those drop-offs. Pepperdine not able to get anything easy right now to start the second half.
Julian now 4 of 8 from the floor, 9 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Zedek shoots it over Holmgren and connects. Jan Zedek with 6.
Yeah, but you're going to live with that one. A face-up 17-footer over Holmgren with a good contest.
Holmgren stripped and fouled by Keith Fisher. Chet Holmgren, 12 points, 4 of 5 shooting, 3 of 3 from the line, 5 rebounds. He's got an assist. And I tell you, what we saw in the opening 5 minutes of this game, the way Gonzaga stormed Pepperdine defensively, created deflections and blocked shots and runouts and finishes. That's what gets you excited when you start thinking about the month of March and the upside of what this team could be.
Well, the rebounding's consistent. They've done that here all year, and defensively, when they're on, they're as difficult to score on as anybody. And you want those 2 things to be consistent when you get to the tournament, because you're going to have a game or a weekend where the offense, either because you're playing somebody who's good on that end of the floor defensively, you have an off night, you've got to know those 2 things are going to be there for you.
There's Lewis into the corner. Shot for 3 by Fisher is well short. Holmgren tripped up by Lewis. And the foul called on number 24, Maxwell Lewis.
Just got tangled up there. I mean, nothing malicious there. Just
timeout on the floor. Gonzaga's defense in 13 games, guys. 9 of their opponents have shot 30 to 39%. 4 of their opponents 40 to 46%. We'll explore that when we come back. (78-44). Gonzaga Pepperdine, 16 minutes to play. And again, let's peruse through these numbers again. Gonzaga's defensive field goal percentage. 9 of their 13 opponents this year shot 30 to 39%. 4 opponents 40 to 46. You play that defense, you're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, and I think that's still the end of the floor that can have more room for growth.
That's
the
a great
offense
point.
is number 2 in the country in efficiency. Defense is at 13. I still see their chance to grow on that end of the floor. I mean, you're seeing it tonight. Salas has been tremendous in different ways, but this team still is growing. The experience is getting there day by day.
Oh, Timmy to Holmgren. Jet throws it down.
Yeah, what a tough pass from Timmy. A lot of traffic there on the catch. Keeps his eyes up, able to drop it off the Holmgren.
Here's the interesting thing about Timmy. You look at a lot of the national media, they are no longer talking about him as a first-team All-American. I don't get it. You're still top 4 in the country. His numbers are still 17 points a game, 7 rebounds, 60% from the field.
Keep promoting that, Dano.
And you look at this. Nobody can guard him. And then you make the pass.
Drew Timmy finding the open Hunter Salas.
Salas is so good at that. He doesn't just stop playing.
He makes himself available.
Yeah, he doesn't just watch the play. He does a great job of cutting away from the ball.
And he's 4 of 4 in this game. 9 points, feed to the post. Out to Lewis, catch and shoot. That's off. Fisher up. Tip falls off the rim. Nembhard with it.
Lewis is aggressive. He comes in, he's looking to score.
Drew Timmy.
There's a lot to like there, though. I mean, good size, length, athletic.
Again, Timmy bounce it in.
You got to go double.
Fisher poked it away, trying to beat him to the end line.
So here you just see the skill. Avoids the charge, catches it, defender right there, keeps his eyes up in here, spins off the context. Salas makes himself available. Great cut from the freshman. Easy drop off. Gonzaga's bigs, when they take their time, are excellent at finding their teammates and creating good shots offensively. At times when they get sped up or try to throw the perfect pass or make the highlight play, that's when we see some of these turnovers.
And I got to catch this up here. Drew Timmy called for a foul over there. That's his 3rd personal foul. He stays in the game. Here's Hunter Salas.
Wow, that's great body control.
But a month ago, he would have just put his head down, tried to get right to the rim. That's just a great, little sign of growth.
And Millette at the other end, couple of freshmen back-to-back buckets there.
Millette putting in work tonight, 16 points now.
Nembhard, Watson. That's easy offense.
Millette's got 3 made threes. He's got 3 separate games this year where he's made 5 or more threes. So he's already got 3. I would look for him to have a heat check moment at some point tonight.
He's going to be a problem in the future, isn't he?
Good player.
Polk wanting to go to Fisher, slapped out of there by Timmy. Hunter Salas runs it down. Hunter 5 of 5 from the floor. Lewis and Polk. No foul there, a lot of contact. Lewis picks up the loose ball and flushes it as he almost went to Polk and then just kept it.
Yeah, that was, Polk was ahead. Throw that ball ahead.
Drew Timmy, jump hook coming. Zidek doesn't like the whistle. Foul is called.
You see the turnover. Polk's up ahead, and Lewis could have made the easy play. Instead, he chooses to get the 2 with the dunk himself.
So Timmy at the free throw line drew 15 points in this game, 6 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. And long there. Zidek and Fisher out of the game. Carson Basham into the game for the first time this half. And so is number 12, Kendall Munson. 1 of 2 for Drew Timmy. Now with 16 points. He's tied with Millette for the best number in the game. Under 13 minutes to play. Millette, another 3 up and good. Nembhard couldn't catch up to him.
Good set. Already hit one early in this half from beyond the arc. Try to find ways to get him other looks.
Watson puts it on the floor. through the lane, scores with the left hand. Chance for three for Anton Watson.
So comfortable going to his right from the perimeter. Just got that little kind of shimmy, and then he just puts his head down. You see it right there. Just get you going a little bit to your right defensively.
And then the hop to his left. That's great.
That's a great finish with the left hand on the opposite side of the rim. What the Knights, Watson, my goodness. 17 now.
This is what he's been doing lately, though.
If this becomes normal, I mean, that's a whole nother problem for opponents with scouting report prep. Because in the past, you've like, all right, little things is what he's going to do. Now you add that.
Well, I don't think, to be fair, a month ago, the scouting report was talking about Anton's ability to score.
Yeah.
You weren't worried about.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Now you have
now
to
you've
deal
got to
with that.
account for that. You've got to have something defensively to account for his ability to score.
Foul called there on Andrew Nemhard. That's his third. Zags have hit 7 straight field goals inside the arc. Bounce. Munson. Timmy clears the miss. Here's Nolan Hickman. Fakes the three on Polk. Creates space. Jump shot off. Millette with it for Pepperdine.
He wanted to shoot that. He's getting his feet lined up.
Polk drives. Left hand. And there's
A goaltend there.
a goaltend by Basham. Ball clearly over the cylinder. 12:03 to play.
Nice drive for Polk. Uses his quickness against Timmy, but ball's still up there on the rim. Never had that problem, Dan.
No, I never did.
It's 7 feet.
I really wish that FIBA rule would
I would
translate
agree.
to the States. I also wish it was a 24-second shot clock.
And Drew Timmy can't be stopped. Now with 18, 7 of 11 from the floor. Defense there. Timmy too good. Basham. Millette. Great movement. Basham can't catch that. That was a Nolan Ryan fastball to the baseline. Turnover Pepperdine, 11:28 to play. Gonzaga up by 40, 92-52, looking for their 42nd consecutive win against Pepperdine. Back in a moment. 11:28 to play. Gonzaga up by 40. Gonzaga Hoops play the game brought to you by Multicare Health Systems. To stay in the game, Multicare's team of doctors, nurses, and specialists partner with you all season long. And Andrew Nemhard dropping dimes tonight.
Well, usually it's play. Tonight it's plays because, as you mentioned, he's been dropping dimes left and right. And they've been coming in so many different ways. Pick and rolls, late passes, transition, just extra passes. What more can you say? He has put on a passing clinic. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, it's beautiful. I think Andrew Nemhard plays a beautiful form of basketball in its purest form.
Yeah, if he doesn't get sped up, and he's good enough.
It's hard to do that, though.
Exactly, and he's good enough where it really shouldn't happen. You know, we've seen it. Duke sped him up, I think, a little bit towards the end of that game. You know, maybe 2 or 3 other times this year we've seen him maybe a little bit sped up, but when he's under control, he's as good as anybody in the country of controlling things in the half court and getting the ball where it needs to go.
Holmgren stopped on that baseline. Strother from 3. Short. Outlet to Smith. The catch. Hickman is back. And Nolan doesn't pick up the personal foul. Give the bucket to Pepperdine. There's Hunter Salas. He stops. Got his own miss back. His first miss, but he gets the offensive rebound. Stuff in the stat sheet. Holmgren's 3 is off. Basham the rebound. Here's Smith into the corner. Lewis hesitated on the 3, shot it anyways. And Maxwell Lewis at 6'7". Got a good looking stroke.
He's been efficient tonight too. 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3.
Anton Watson, Strother, backdoor cut. Hickman's 3 is long.
92 points with 10 minutes left.
That's
And they're in a
crazy.
scoring drought right now, last couple possessions.
And that's Munson inside. And in case you're wondering, Gonzaga's top all-time scoring efforts against Pepperdine 102 points in 06. They won by 29 in that game. Holmgren rebound, and now another chance for three for Chet Holmgren. Zags also beat Pepperdine in 2008 by 100 or by 42 points, but scored 101 points. Dan needs to get some sleep. 2019, they scored 100 and won by 26.
See Holmgren there, doesn't quit on the play. Tough finish there with the and one. I think they're going to break the record tonight.
Holmgren long. Lewis tipped it into the corner. Salas runs it down. Here's Nolan. And that is off of Basham. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Gonzaga ball. Munson out. Zedek in for Pepperdine. Here's Strother. 7. Watson sets the screen. Strother with Basham on him. Step back three, a deep three off the front of the rim. And saving it to himself is Jody Smith. To the post. Basham reversed it but missed it. Holmgren clears it. Chet spins, spun back, and traveled. We see that once or twice a game out of Chet. Rebound, runs the break, finishes coast to coast. Turned it over there, but
well, that's been the evolution
part of his game.
Of Gonzaga's front court, though. We've now seen that for a number of years.
Yeah.
Gonzaga's front court will get the defensive rebound and initiate the break.
Oh, Anton Watson, crafty but power.
Yeah, he's just so strong inside, and he's just gotten a lot better at being able to finish with contact.
There's Basham trying to get it down to Zedek. Does. Jan Zedek with 8 points, his 3rd field goal of the game. Hickman down low. Here's Chet, left hand. Here's Lewis. He missed it, then tipped it out of bounds. He claims it's off of Anton Watson, and it is.
You ever see Watson high-low from Holmgren? One dribble, just kind of, yeah, exactly. Gets the defender off their spot, and he finds the glass. And Pepperdine has been consistent tonight.
They have.
Of not doubling on those post catches, and Gonzaga's front court has had a field day, all of them in double figures.
What's your thought process on why they don't?
It's not something we've seen this year, so I don't know. Nice drop.
I mean, the one thought is, right, like you're worried about them burying threes if they feed the post and kick out if the double team comes, but is that the theory? Are we working off of that?
Part of Gonzaga's, the problem in preparing for Gonzaga is they're so balanced. They can score in so many different ways. They can score in transition, they score in pick and rolls, half court, and then they're great in the post because of Timmy.
Fisher, the offensive rebound, instead of going right back up, throws it to Lewis. 3 on the way, that's short. Rebound into the corner. Gonzaga basketball. 7:35 to play in Spokane. The Zags 4 from 100. 96-65. Back in a moment. And welcome back. 7:35 to play. Let's look at what's going on next Thursday night. Dun, dun, dun. The BYU Cougars.
That's going to be a great game here in Spokane. Barcelo continues to play extremely well. It's almost automatic from behind the three-point line. That's the other game in the WCC, if you're a Gonzaga fan, to keep an eye out on tonight. BYU and St. Mary's, I believe they tipped off just a short bit ago. That's going to be a heck of a game.
So, Dan, are you letting people know that there's another game that they could switch over from here?
No, when this game is over. I don't think I ever said switch over.
Okay.
I think
well, you said it was going on right now.
Well,
I think it actually tips right at the end of this one. They're waiting for us.
Any chance I get to listen to you, I do. So I would not recommend changing the channel.
Good, thank you. Here's Hunter Salas. Good recovery. Here's Hickman by Dan. Good recovery by Dan. Here's Ben Gregg. Nolan Hickman.
Nice.
Hickman with 9.
And there you see that double down on Gregg. Easy kick out to Hickman. Hickman, when his feet are set, you can just see the ability from behind the three-point line.
Is that why they haven't been doubling him down?
Well, I'm thinking they probably are doubling down on Gregg to force a turnover.
And Zidek fired up. He'll go to the line, a chance for 3. He's got 10.
So to revisit your thought of when you would double, and a great over-the-top pass there. Zidek, the patience, shot fake and finish. Sometimes if it's a post player, sometimes there's a post player who struggles to make decisions or turn it over. Yes, you're going to double and try to put him in a position where he makes a turnover.
Ben
that
Gregg's
would be,
not that guy.
As of now, that might be the scouting report that Pepperdine has, though.
Need to change it. There's Hickman.
I love how you show your true colors regardless.
Watson. Willett left it for Zidek. 3 on the way. Salas with the rebound. He's got Ben Gregg up front. Hunter. Ooh, he's okay. He grimaced at first. I thought maybe he tweaked something. Willett has it poked away. He and Watson battle. And now Fisher with a hand from Ben Gregg there. And Hickman with the rebound. And there's a whistle, foul called on Pepperdine.
A little too much there from Fisher trying to get Gregg off the block.
Pepperdine plays San Diego next on the 10th of January. St. Mary's on the 13th. Strother buries a 3.
Nice to see that one go down. Julian. Nobody gets back defensively, gives up the easy 2 for Pepperdine.
Strother. Julian.
Nice pass.
Here's Ben Gregg.
He just kept that dribble alive. Then you talked about that in the first half with Salas picking it up. You know, you turn that corner, take that extra dribble, see what opens up for you.
Gonzaga now with 104 points, a new scoring high versus Pepperdine at 104. Previous record 102, as we stated earlier, back in 2006.
Oh, what a catch.
Yes, you're exactly right. That's what intrigues you so much about Gregg. He's stuck
Not me,
behind.
you mean Ben Gregg.
Yes, of
Okay.
course, that Ben Gregg. He's stuck behind Timmy and Holmgren for minutes as Mitchell gets the nice finish. Similar to Strother a season ago behind Corey Kispert and Ayayi.
I mean, that could be the best thing for your career.
Yeah, it can be.
Is to have a year where you're playing against guys like that every day. You're not going to see that even if you're playing 20 minutes a night. He's got all the time in the world as he goes to work inside.
Arlauskas flying through with the offensive rebound and putback. Martinez Arlauskas has arrived. His first field goal. Zidek off the glass. Nice kiss.
Love that.
Was that your shot, Richard? Is that what you love it?
Yeah, it's just guys don't do that anymore. It's Arlauskas.
Another rebound here. Salas, 3 on the way. Zidek clears the miss.
Oh,
3:44 to play. Ladies and gentlemen, we wanted to take a moment as we go to break here. Pass along our condolences to the Mike Wooten family. Mike, a former photographer here and a big part of the Gonzaga family. Flowers over there near the bench tonight in his memory. Just want his family to know that everybody in Zagville tonight thinking about that family. We're back in a moment. .344 to play at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Gonzaga leading Pepperdine 108-74. Time now to announce tonight's player of the game, presented by A to Z Rental.
Should have known it was going to be a good night. Knocks down the half quarter going into the locker room before the game starts, and we saw about a bit of everything tonight from Drew Timme. His ability with the pass, a great assist here in the second half to Holmgren and Salas, and then just his connection with Andrew Nebhard is incredible. One of the best 1-2 combos in the country. And then when he wants to go to work, he's going to do it. You know, Pepperdine not looking to double at all tonight, and that allows Timme to be comfortable and get to where he wants to be.
6 zags in double figures. It was almost take your pick. Anton Watson would have been a good choice, although producer extraordinaire Chauncey Jones did not want to go 4 times in a row for Anton.
Think about it. You hope guys in your front court get you 18.
Yeah.
Got to get you 19.
Arlauskas. Here's Nolan Hickman. Nolan leaves it in the corner. Matthew Lang. Hickman got an edge. Left hand block by Munson. There's a 3-on-2. Millette didn't shoot it. Left it for Lewis. Poked away. Turnover.
Watch the trailer Salas here. What a move.
And Hunter Salas 2 more. Salas with 13. That's the 24th assist by Gonzaga tonight. They've only had one better game than that, and that was against Elkhorn State when they had 26 assists in that game. It's kind of the trademark of this program is Arlauskas with the left hand, another assist. Mark Few has always been about sharing the basketball, a team concept, giving it to your partner, find the open shooter, bury the shot.
Yeah, on the year, as Lang gets called here for the block, on the year they assist on better than 55% of their field goals. You know, this is an unselfish group, and it's the nature of their offense too. When you're kind of looking to always move the ball, that leads to open shots off of good passes. As both Hickman and Salas get a nice little ovation here. Great work by the freshman.
Yes, Hunter Salas, 13 points on 6 of 8 shooting, 4 rebounds. And Nolan Hickman, 9 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. 10 players with an assist tonight for Gonzaga. 10 players. Another deflection. 7 on the shot clock. Millette from the elbow, jump shot good over Arlauskas.
He is going to be a handful in this conference. All these freshmen for Pepperdine, but Millette, he's just so smooth. Yeah. He's got a great release on that jump shot.
Ben Gregg. And a chance for 3. I like Ben Gregg.
It's a lot to like.
Well, a guy so young a year ago to come in on this stage, #1 ranked team in the country, unbeaten, and he plays real minutes and contributes into the NC2A tournament. It's a lot of poise for a young guy, and you can see the skill, and I love his edge. The dude's got a little football and hockey in him.
Well, he's got everything you want in a modern big now, right? He's a skilled guy, knows how to play, high basketball IQ. It's just about continue to get better. He's got to work on his body, get stronger defensively, continue to improve. But the sky's the limit for Ben Gregg.
Mike Mitchell bangs in the 3 from the corner. Lewis stepped in front of the pass, got a chance, and the dunk.
He's pretty athletic.
Yeah. Maxwell Lewis.
Good read in the passing lane. Yeah.
6'7", 195, a freshman. Ben Gregg thought about Arlauskas, block, got it back, goes at Basham anyway. And the outlet, Pepperdine back in the half court. Millette can't finish, Basham can. As we near the 1 minute mark in this WCC opener for Gonzaga. Mark Few's never lost the conference opener in his head coach career. Will Graves off the front. Home run ball tipped away by Lang. Graves with it. Bounce. Matthew Lang for three. Bang!
Crowd went crazy, almost as if it was like a shot for a chalupa or a burrito, whatever it may have been.
A chalupa.
Well, what was it, Wendy's years ago? I think the Blazers had chalupas if they hit 10 threes or something.
I think it's a Taco Bell deal, but nice start. Delayed start, but nonetheless a nice start here to conference play for the Zags, I would say.
Nice start. They scored 117 points, Richard.
Solid
Fox.
start. Solid start.
Solid start. Zags now 12-2. 1-0 as we talked earlier. Duke lost tonight. Gonzaga ranked number 4. They're going to move up at least a spot. When the Bulls come out Monday, BYU next for Gonzaga, so we expect a tougher matchup against the Cougars. But I think that, in my opinion, we're going to go to commercial, I believe, and come back with an interview. But we saw Gonzaga play at a level defensively tonight that turned into offense that like we haven't seen yet this year. That's my opinion. We'll take a timeout. We'll get Dan and Richard's thoughts on that one when we come back. Gonzaga 117-83 winners. Zags lit it up. Drew Timme with 18, Watson with 19, Holmgren with 18. We got an interview when we come back. And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. Number 4 Gonzaga with a 117-83 victory against the Pepperdine Waves. Greg Heister, Dan Dickow, Richard Fox, and we've got the All-American with us tonight, Mr. Drew Timme. Drew, let's get us going. Boy, that's a great way to start conference play. You guys were absolutely dominant tonight. Talk about it.
Yeah, man, it's great. You know, we had a COVID pause, so we got a lot of time to get better and work on ourselves, and it was obviously beneficial. You know, we looked really good, and it looked like we didn't have any rust. So very proud of how the guys played, especially defensively.
When you have a pause like you guys just came off of, you got a chance to probably watch a lot of film, not only of yourselves, but watch a lot of other teams. When you see that from other teams, what do you focus in on?
It's very beneficial, you know, just being able to see different viewpoints. You know, I mean, personally for me, I watched a lot of myself just to see on things I could improve on, and I thought an area I could get better on was my rebounding, as well as just, you know, hitting the face up or even stretching the floor out a little more, you know, to leave the double teams and open the floor up a little more. So I've been really working on that over the break, just personally, and defensively as well. You know, I've been trying to hammer that. So it's been great just to kind of reflect and, you know, get our legs back under us, as we had a long preseason schedule.
You know, Drew, you guys in that starting lineup get a lot of attention, as you should. Tonight was a great night for your guys off the bench. You know, Anton, Hunter, you know, on and on. Hickman had another good night. Talk about the depth. I mean, I know you've got a ton of confidence in those guys, but we're starting to see that now more consistently. Those guys are stepping up night in and night out. And describe that, what that lift provides for you guys in the starting lineup.
I mean, there's no drop-off, and there's no doubt in my mind that our guys could start anywhere in the country on any team. So, you know, that's the beauty of practice. It's so hard to go against guys like that every day, you know, and there's no drop-off. So it's really great to know that if it's not your night, someone can step up, and anybody on our team can.
Hey, Drew, we saw the swipe with the stash tonight just once. It's been missing lately. Can you give us some insight?
If I
it was back, man.
I got to get my legs back from under me, man. A little COVID break, so I'm at the squat rack or something, so I can get some dunks in. But if I hit 2 threes, then I can get the full stash. So one's only half.
Hey, 7th game this year with 3 assists, like dropping dimes. I think you need to start arguing with Coach Few, maybe some time at the point.
I just wish I could get some hockey assists out here, man. I feel like I'd be out on triple-double wise.
Okay, Drew, congratulations. Another great victory for Gonzaga. and, of course, Drew Timme.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Okay, gentlemen, so now it's off to BYU. I mean, it gets a little more difficult now, right? But this team, the way they played tonight, it appears that they're ready for anybody in the league.
That first 6 minutes or so was as good as I've seen them defensively. And then offensively, they were very efficient throughout the night.
6 Zags in double digits tonight. Watson led them with 19. Holmgren and Timme with 18. Zags are good. Newsflash. 117-83 the final. They take down Pepperdine for the 42nd consecutive time. For Richard Fox, Dan Dicko, I'm Greg Heister. And good night from the McCarthy Athletic Center.